Okay, so the last one is kind of a spotlight that I wanted to do on like a progressive YouTube news channel and progressive pundits and everything. And so for this week, I want to go with the analysis news. So, I mean, I find them to be extremely informative. They only started about a year ago. So it started, the founder is Paul J, and he previously founded The Real News. I'm not sure if people are familiar with The Real News Network, but about 10, 12 years ago, it was one of the only progressive YouTube channels, along with Democracy Now! And the Young Turks. I can't think of too many other big channels that were around back then.
They
But yeah,
they
so
were one of the more professional ones rather than a pundit.
yeah,
Like yeah, back
but
then.
yeah, but I mean, all the new people, yeah, I can't think of any of them that were around. Then maybe Kyle probably started a few years after that, I think,
I think
around that
Pilot
time.
started 2010. But
Yeah,
yeah, like but Real News, Young Turks, and
yeah,
Democracy Now! Were going for a more formal like news
yeah,
look.
for
I
sure.
felt anyway. I like
And
more
Democracy
news
Now! Is
rather than
older.
commentary. Yeah,
Yeah,
Democracy Now!
indeed.
Is like I think Democracy Now! May have been founded in the Middle Ages by Saint. Like the production quality and that they don't have HD cameras. Like what is
Yeah,
going
actually,
on?
well, let's save Democracy Now! For another spotlight, because
All right.
in terms of information, they're also dope. But yeah, so this week, Analysis News did this interview with Gerald Horne, and it was really a
He's
great
great.
talk. So Paul J and Gerald Horne, they pretty much broke down and talked about the context, historical background, and everything of the Chauvin trial. So really great to watch. And Gerald Horne's American historian. I've met him through Analysis News and also the Real News Network. Both of them,
You've
at
seen.
least, so, no, sorry, like I've come across
All
them,
right. All
come
right.
across
I
them there.
for a second I thought.
Yeah, and I think he writes a lot about slavery, Jim Crow, slavery in Brazil. I read his book a while ago, like 7, 8 years ago, about slavery in Brazil. It was very interesting about the different contexts. And I believe slavery in Brazil even finished later than in the US, but slaves had a slightly different life, I
Bro,
think. Yeah, life and role, apparently, in Brazil. But yeah, I can't remember. It was a while ago when I read the book. But yeah, great interview, and the analysis news itself. I mean, a great channel. Paul J. He's been a journalist, documentarian forever. He started the Real News Network, and then it was based in Baltimore. So now it's more like a Baltimore centered channel since he's left. So I think he just
I've
restarted the
seen
same thing.
their contributors come on the hill to talk about
Mm,
like internal American issues sometimes. But yeah, I don't check out their stuff. It's very internal politics
yeah,
now, I think.
internal and Baltimore. Whereas yeah, Paul
Yeah.
J. When he ran the Real News, and even now he does internal, but he also does a lot of foreign policy, and he usually has like a reoccurring set of guests. And I mean, just the ones he's had recently are amazing. He's had Thomas Frank, of course, Matt Taibbi, Noam Chomsky. These are people that you see everywhere. But he also has like Phyllis Bennis who comes. She's great. Larry Wilkerson. He's pretty good and different. He worked in the Bush administration and all that. And he also has Bill Black who comes on. I don't know if you've met Bill Black.
No.
He's a white guy and he talks about financial scams and financial issues, and he's one of these guys, like when they're talking about a scandal, they find it themselves so funny and they're like laughing their ass
Ah,
off.
nice.
So
Huge self-professed Christian when he isn't defrauding people.
so, so he had a
I think I
recent
like
one
that.
about how banks like lost 20 billion in like some risky deal that they took. He's like dying laughing, like telling the story of like how it happened, and then he's like, and the regulators, they didn't even, and then like he just like starts like dying while he's giving
He has
his take.
uh yeah, what was it? I think he has Matt Taibbi on one time as well.
Yeah, no, it's
I
big
think.
guys.
And
So
and Gerald Horne, he came on Katie Halper's show once and Useful Idiots once.
exactly.
He's really great. And I was just thinking, like he's one of those people who doesn't subscribe to any specific, like I'm a Marxist or I'm a liberal or this definition, because most academics don't,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all fluid and flexible. So I would love to see a debate with him and Destiny. because I think that then he might kill himself. Because he's like, what do you mean by Marxism? Marxism, M comes from English alphabet. A, it's all a social construct.
No, yeah, seriously. No,
And
he's
so
great.
funny. Did you notice? He's
Yeah, no,
quite a,
yeah.
like a, no, because there is Norman Reedus, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no,
Not
that's a name.
familiar.
There is another um, American scholar who talks about similar issues. I forget his name, but anyway, he's very serious. But Gerald Horne is just so much fun. He's talking about, oh yeah, slavery and yeah.
Yeah, no, he's easy to
Yeah,
listen to. So
yeah,
definitely
great.
big shout out. Go subscribe
I
to
wish he did his own audiobooks. That would have been
and
great.
yeah, and he has a nice voice to listen to and he's good. But yeah, go check out Analysis News. Go check out this Gerald Horne and Paul J. They break down everything about problem with
Any
police,
specific? Oh, you said the
solutions. Yeah, it's about the Chauvin trial. But then just final spotlight related. So when Paul J used to work or used to run the Real News Network, he started this interview series called Reality Asserts Itself. And it's amazing. So he brought on like the biggest progressive people you can think of. I'll name a few. And pretty much the structure was that there will be 4 or 5 interviews. I'll link to some below, cut into 4 or 5 pieces. And usually the first or second part were kind of biographical. So, you know, how did you reach these kind of opinions? What did your parents... The most interesting ones is like, he's like, what were your parents like politics during this time? And you hear that when people start getting like specific, it kind of gives away with like these generalizations, you know, because they're talking about like a specific year. So Paul's like, was this and this big? He's like, well, actually in 74, blah, blah, blah. If you remember precisely during that time, there was this. So it's super, super interesting. And he pretty much has interviews with Chris Hedges in this format. Amazing. Vijay Prashad, Phil Donahue, Larry Wilkinson, Norman Finkelstein, Max Blumenthal, so many others. So you have to go check out these
Max
interviews.
Blumenthal,
Yeah.
is Reality Assert Itself is still going on?
No, but he was already big. So with
Oh,
Max
wow.
Blumenthal, it was done 10 years ago, and he had just released his second book, which I forgot. Oh, it's on the Israeli-Palestinian issue.
Ah, all right.
Yeah,
I just a bit
Max
surprised
Blumenthal
because
been killing it
around.
forever.
Yeah.
We need to do a spotlight on them and the Gray Zone
Oh, we've
another
done.
week.
Yeah, we've mentioned
Yeah.
a lot,
But
but
under
yeah,
this
they.
new format of the show. Okay, now it's called
Yes.
Spotlight.
Yeah.
Call it different.
Are there gonna be like graphics when the spotlight is with a spotlight?
When we start
on it?
making some money.
Yeah.
Definitely. But okay, this was
Do a
super
spotlight
fun.
and YouTube logo.
Yeah. Do you have anything else, or should we wrap it up?
No. To be honest, something came to my mind during this. We haven't prepared for this, but Ben Burgess, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his
I
name
think
right,
I know
but
who
he
you're talking about. Yeah.
contributes to Jacobin a lot. And
Thanks.
on his own YouTube channel, him and a couple of his friends, I would assume, but colleagues as well. I didn't know any of them, to be honest. They did a breakdown of the old Cenk Uygur Sam Harris debate,
Mhm.
which was basically a takedown of Sam Harris. And I really enjoyed that.
Oh,
It was,
really?
even though I don't agree with everything they said or I enjoyed it because it's just Sam Harris is talking. So it's not that he's talking wrong as well, and that's the thing. Like if I show that interview to somebody who's a normal person and doesn't do philosophy or politics, they say, okay, he's saying normal stuff. It's not weird. But because they were all like political scientists or whatever, it was just it was so interesting. Somebody take him out, like
Yeah.
one of them makes a great point about the fact that, for example, Sam Harris is saying that terrorist organizations are more dangerous because there is somebody who's being bullied every day, somebody is coming and hitting them every day, and then the person who's get bullied, he says that I'm gonna fucking kill you, and then because of that victim is worse because he's gonna kill them, and if we're gonna give them a weapon, they're gonna kill the bully. So the bully is the good guy actually in this case. So they just take.
That's like Sam Harris argument, right?
Yeah, that's basically Sam Harris because they take his idiotic analogies, in my
Yeah.
view, to their natural conclusion, which shows how stupid it is. Just
Yeah.
he's, but anyway, but that was a fun one if you're interested in that. Um, so yeah, I enjoyed that. It was more of
Yeah.
a, it's good to get drunk with that, to be honest.
Okay.
Every time Sam Harris says hypothetical,
Oh.
take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In this context, definitely go Cenk. I mean, regardless of what's happened recently
Yeah,
between Cenk and the pro.
I must say, I didn't like Cenk's debate. They don't really focus on Cenk. They just focus on Sam
And say,
Harris's
okay.
statements and some of his book statements. But yeah, I didn't like Cenk's arguments with him at all. To be Cenk,
Okay.
I don't think argued well. I think he was right, but he didn't argue it well. That's yeah. But yeah,
Interesting.
that just came to my mind. I thought because that came out this week, so
Yeah.
check it out
No,
while
no,
it's
great stuff. Great stuff.
yeah.
Okay, that's it. Please, if anybody has any criticisms, thoughts, questions, comments, leave them in the description box below. Sorry, in the comment section. Usually when we
Or
have a
if you
lot
want
of
to just
them, we address
compliment
them.
us,
Huh?
or if you want to compliment us on our
Or
looks
that too, that too.
or whatever, man, I don't know.
And of
Not
course, do all
yeah,
this after you've liked and subscribed. That's it.
yeah,
That's a given. But okay.
that's a good.
All right. Well, thank you for watching this first episode of The Progressive World. Although we did a video last week or 2 weeks ago called the same thing, but now it's more official. So this was the
Yeah,
first episode.
that was the
And yeah,
test.
yeah, that was a test, exactly. So thank you for watching and please like and subscribe. Thank you.